few questions. I have some questions from some Gurmukhs. Um, they don't want to remain anonymous, but that's fine. That's perfectly fine. So, about the Antargat Jukti, right? So, first of all, um, Guru Sahib in Gurbani says, Antargat Tirath Mala. So basically, when we go inside, I mean, there have been so many shabads in the Gurbani, just like we mentioned it before, right? That every Gurbani line is a technique on how we live this life, how we remember Vaheguru. And the Antargat Simran sometimes is confusing for people who are new to this path, which is fine, right? With Vaheguruji's Kirpa, we have to understand Gurbani in depth. We have to take a deep dive. Not that somebody told us this is how you do it, you do it. No, that's not how it is. We need to understand what Gurbani is talking with us. When we are, and I think we have covered this in the past multiple times, but this part, when we are doing a Saas Gira Simran or Simran in Bakri Bani with a loud voice, what happens is that all our darwaje, all our 9 doors are open, right? You are basically chanting from your mouth, you're listening from your ears, so everything is open. Similarly, when we go Madma or even the Swas Simran, in Swas Simran, what is happening is again all our 9 doors are open. But Maharaj is giving us the indication that we have to separate from the Pavan and we have to close our 9 doors. Now, the yogis, they used to physically, they used to physically control their senses, right? Physically control their no darwaje. They will put some band on their eyes, they'll cover their eyes, they'll cover their ears or something like that, right? But Maharaj says that this game is of the mind. Game is not of the physical body. There are so many shabads in Gurbani which about mind comes. Man mein Ram Nama Jap. Man mein Ram Nama Jap. And so much context about Hirda, right? Hirda, in literal sense, it is a heart. But Maharaj is again not talking about the heart here. Maharaj is talking about the mind here, right? Dil, Hirda, Man, Surt, it all points to our mind. So when Maharaj is talking about that we need to jump in the mind, what does that mean? That means we need to really jump in the mind. We don't have to jump from our tongue at that point of time, but to start with, since we are in a habit of jumping through our rasna, we have to take baby steps to achieve, you know, the Simran in the mind. See, these two things will always go in parallel: physical stuff and then something which Maharaj will take us out there uh, in the sun. But before even we go there, let's understand the mechanics. Physically, it is Bakri Bani, Madma, and it is called Pesanti. Now, Pesanti is Antargat Simran. There are a lot of ways to do that, but there is one easiest way for anybody who is a newcomer. And just like these three things are available for us with Vaheguruji's Kirpa in the physical world, same things happens in parallel in the world of Sun, in the world of Shabad. One thing is Gur Shabad, other thing is Shabad. What is the difference between the two? Gur Shabad is the Shabad which is coming out of the Guru. Who is the Guru? When we go in front of Panch Pyare, they give us, say, they say, okay, this is a Guru Mantar, Vaheguru Guru Mantar, you have to do the job. So that is a Gur Shabad. Or when Guru Har Gobind Sahib Sache Pasha, he used to write the Hukamnamas, and there are Hukamnamas out there where they says Vah Guru Japo, Hana? Guru Guru Japo, right? So, but that was coming out of the Guru. Now there's a second sound which comes out of the mouth of Vaiguruji, voice of Vaiguruji, right? And which starts, our Gurbani actually starts with that ik onkar, that ong sound which is coming from the mouth of Vaiguruji. Kita pasao ek kokvao, tiste hoye lakh dariyao. Right, from that voice, that sound, this whole whole creation was created. And there are stages in that also with Vaiguruji's Kirpa. First, we will hear the Panchabad, okay, Panchabad, and then second step is, this is very high level I'm talking about. Then Panchabad will change into the Sajtun, and this after the Sajtun with Vaiguruji's Kirpa, the third thing is Naad. Similarly, in the physical world also, when we talk about, it is a Bakri Bani, Madma, and Pesanti. Lot of times when we start with Antargat Simran, what will happen if with Vaiguruji's Kirpa, Vaiguruji will bless us with that we will be so much in a habit of Antargat Simran, so much Kirpa will happen. You will see when you will start doing that, that your Rom Simran starts. So it's like if you will draw a parallel on that with the Bakri Bani Madma and the Antargat Simran or the Pesanti, what is happening is Sasgra Simran, the Swaswas Simran, and the three thing is, number third is your Rom Simran, right? Gurmukh Rom Hartyai. What does it mean? Rom means when every cell of our body will start jumping the Naam, and then all the cood, all the poison will come out of all our body, and Amrit will, you know, that will be, all our cells will be filled with the Amrit. The poison will be removed and the Amrit will be there. But it is a slow process. The more Antargat Simran we do, the more faster we will reach to the Rom Simran stage. And we have to do it, right? So every time we have to make sure that we never leave the abhyas. Sometimes when you will reach to the state where your Antargat Simran, when you're inside doing the Simran through your mind, then you will reach that state that then you will be only and only doing that Antargat Simran. And mostly Antargat Simran anyway should be done alone, not in the Sangat, right? And the Saskira Simran is the best when we are doing in the Sangat. But we get a flavor of everything in these sessions so that we can practice at home also. It's like a classwork and a homework, right? And but all is the kirpa of Vaiguruji Sache Pasha. So you have to do the hard work, you have to do the beinti, and then when you fall in love with everything, right? First you have to fall in love with the Bakri Bani Simran, like loud, then slowly with the Madma, the Swaswa Simran. Then the third is your Antargat Simran. You have to fall in love with all these things, and then Kirpa will happen suddenly, right? Now let's coming back to the Antargat Simran or Pesanti. How we do it again? Very simple, just like we read a book, chant from a mind, listen from the mind. But it is sometimes difficult to start with. How you can start it, which are the experiences which I'm going to share with you guys, right? And you will see that there are, when you will do this, there will be so much kirpa. Your tongue can move. Remember, we are separating ourselves from the pavanda in there. So we don't have to look into whether the swas, where is your swas is going in or out, does not matter at that point of time. The only thing which matters is that your mind is chanting and your mind is listening. The structure doesn't matter. So now if I will loud, if I will do Vaheguru, 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 Vaheguru this way, what is going to happen? you will be not able to sustain. Maybe you will be able to do for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, but you have to take the swas in and out because you're doing it loud. But when you do the same thing in the mind, it is different. You can do it because you are separated from the pavan there, you're separated from your breath there. So that is something which we need to learn. So for newcomers, the make sure when you start you do it this way, but the sound should not come out, your voice should not come out of your mouth, and slowly you will see that automatically you will go in sahaj. Your sahaj, what I'm saying, say sahaj as in slow simran, it will, the simran will go very very slow automatically. You start very fast and you can move your tongue, and you can put your full focus on the tongue at that point of time. And when you do that, you tell me after, once you start doing this, I mean, there are gurmukhs out here who are already doing it, and you will see that the amrit ras will come very very fast with that. Not because we are chasing amrit ras, it is because it is Vaheguru ji is showing you the kripa, and you don't want to taste anything else when you receive that, right? So that is the technique. And any questions or any clarifications needed in this technique, Vaigu? If you will ask question, that doesn't mean that you had asked the question, so don't worry about that. You can ping me or anything, whatever works. I know you want to be
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ
anonymous.
ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।
ਹਾਂਜੀ,
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ
ਇਹ
ਦਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਫਤਿਹ ਜੀ।
ਅੰਤਰਗਤ ਚਲੋ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੱਸ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ, ਇਹ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਫਾਸਟ ਵੀ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ?
ਹਾਂਜੀ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਸਟਾਰਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਜੀ, ਵਾਟ ਹੈਪਨਸ ਐਟ ਦ ਸਟਾਰਟ, ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਦੋਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ, ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਅੰਤਰਗਤ ਧਿਆਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਬੈਠਦਾ, ਬਿਕਾਜ਼ ਬਟ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਅੱਧਾ ਕਰੋਗੇ, ਫਾਸਟ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਕਰੋਗੇ, ਯੂ ਆਰ, because you are leaving the swas behind, right? It's just your mind doing it. So you do it your mind, and to support that effort you can move your tongue, but sound should not come out. Yes, and you can do fast,
ਜੀ
definitely.
ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਜੀ, ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ
ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਜੀ,
ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ
no,
ਫਤਿਹ।
ਹਾਂਜੀ,
ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਹਾਂਜੀ, any other question? Okay, ਹਾਂਜੀ, ਬਲਜਿੰਦਰ, ਹਾਂਜੀ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ, ਬਲਜਿੰਦਰ ਜੀ, ਬਲਜਿੰਦਰ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਦੱਸੋ ਜੀ, ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਹੱਥ ਉੱਪਰ ਸੀ। It's okay, all right. Silent group, okay. That is absolutely fine, so let's do Simran then. If there are no questions, let's do Simran. ठीक है जी. We are tomorrow I will not be here. I have to travel to Fresno, and then day after tomorrow we will reconvene for Sid Ghost. ठीक है जी, आओ जी, let's do Simran. We have to say why, we have to listen, we have to say Guru, we have to listen. आओ जी, शुरू करिए जी. Why Guru, 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 Guru, why 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 Guru, Vaheguru, 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 Guru, Vai, 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 Guru, Guru, Vai, 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 Guru, Guru, Vai, 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 Guru. Now let's do the Antargat Simran and try the same way we just discussed. Try it for another few minutes, and we'll come out of the Antargat Simran and see if you guys have any questions on the same. Your mind should chant and the mind should listen. मन नहीं बोले ते मन नहीं सुने. अगर start पहली बारी कर रहे हो ते you can move your tongue, you can move your mouth, but the sound should not come out. ठीक है? You can do as fast as you want to do it. Ji Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. One thing which we will notice here, if you were able to do it for a couple of minutes, it takes actually more time to practice it. Obviously, you have to do it every day and try it. But couple of things, right? Couple of tips here. One thing you will notice, who the people who already do Antargat Simran, they know this, that the sound of the Anhad Shabad, whatever Shabad you are hearing from inside, whatever level, that will increase. The sound will increase a lot when you do this. And when it increases a very, very high pitch, that's a sign you directly connect with that then and stop chanting at that time. Another few tips is, if you are doing this for 4 or 5 minutes and still there are a lot of furnas, there are a lot of thoughts in your head, come back to the Bakri Bani. That means inside your system is not yet ready with that. So you have to do more and more Bakri Bani Simran, loud, outright Saskara Simran, before you can move to the next stages. But try it every day for a couple of minutes, 2 3 minutes, so that you can actually practice this. But always start with Saskara Simran. Never, it should not be like that you directly start with, Antargat Simran, because sometimes what will happen is that you will sleep or you will not even, able to do it for much longer time. So it's always better, wherever your threshold is for your Saskara Simran, do that Saskara Simran. Make sure you do it for 45 minutes, 50 minutes, an hour before you move to the next level. And there are some insight timer, meditation timers available, and you can use those, right? There is a app called Insight Timer. I've not used it for a long time, but I know that that timer actually really helped me. So yeah, you can use that and you can set it accordingly. For example, your threshold is 45 minutes, it will just put one gong and then it will again continue. So you have to kind of make an habit that you don't sleep and you actually do it, because a lot of times we are sleeping and we have a full lecture on that. A lot of times we are sleeping, but we think that we have gone in Sahaj and all that stuff, but it's not quite there. The nishani is, again, we discussed in the past multiple times, but for the new folks, the sign is, if you have gone to sun, when you'll come out of the sun part will be dreamless, number one. Number two, when you'll come out of it, you will have you have a lot of energy, you'll feel fresh. But if you are feeling sleepy once you come out and all, that's not sun, right? That's something which you just went in a sleep, and in a dream state. You sometimes you don't even get a dream or you don't remember your dream. So but when you get up, at least you would know whether you have energy in your body or you are feeling sleepy. If you are having energy in the body, yeah, then definitely you went there. And the time in that period will increase a lot the more Saskara Simran you will do. So Saskara Simran is must. Why? Because if your thoughts are still there, you will not be able to stay there in Antargat nor in the sun. So that's why you have to verify yourself, introspect yourself where you are. ठीक है जी. Any questions? Otherwise, we'll start the Simran again. Just wanted to check with you guys. All right. Looks like everybody wants more Simran, which is good. Yeah. So again, we'll start with Saskara Simran, do little bit of Swaswa Simran, and then we will move to the Antargat portion. That's what we're gonna do today till the end now, till 6. ठीक है जी. आओ जी, फिर शुरू करिए. ਵਾਹਿ ਕਹਿਣਾ, ਉਹਨੂੰ ਸੁਣਨਾ ਹੈ, ਗੁਰੂ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਸੁਣਨਾ ਹੈ, ਤੇ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਨੱਕ ਦੇ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ, the nose tip, your eyes should be just there looking into the darkness. Close your eyes and sit in a comfortable position, relaxed position. And when you close your eyes also, make sure you close your eyes very calmly, very softly. ਉਹਨੂੰ ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਵੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਘੁੱਟ ਕੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਬੰਦ ਕਰਨੀਆਂ ਆਪਣੀਆਂ ਅੱਖਾਂ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਜੀ. ਆਓ ਜੀ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰੀਏ. ਵਾਹਿ ਗੁਰੂ, 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 Vaheguru, 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 Guru, Vah, 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 Guru, Guru, Vah, 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 Guru, Vaheguru, 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 Guru, Vah, 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 Guru, Guru, Vah, 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 Guru, Vah 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 Guru, Guru, Vah 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 Guru, Guru, Vah 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 Guru Vai 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 Guru. Antargat, your mind should chant, your mind should listen. हम अवगुण परे एक गुण नाही, अमृत छाड़ बिख बिख खाई, माया मोह भरम पै भूलै, सुत दारा स्यों प्रीत लगाई। एक उत्तम पंथ सुनियो गुर संगत, तै मिलंत जम त्रास मिटाई। एक अरदास पाठ कीरत की, गुरु रामदास राखो शरणाई। एक अरदास पाठ कीरत की, गुरु रामदास राखो शरणाई। वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह। बाणी पढ़दियां सिमरन करदियां अनेकां भुलां गलतियां हो गईयां होणगीਆਂ। संगत जी आप जी बख्शन जो अकाल पुरख निरंकार वाहिगुरु धੰन श्री गुरु ग्रंथ साहिब जी बख्शन जो हो जी, बख्श लेना जी। वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह जी।